Good morning, everybody. It's Laura from McNeely Garden Studios coming to you Tuesday at 10. And I'm so happy to be here today. And I'm happy that you're here. And I think you're really going to enjoy what I have in store for you today. But before we get into our lesson, I do have a couple things that I just want to mention to you. And one of them is coming up soon, next month. I'm going to participate in the Create-a-thon community, Christmas in July. And there are 6 other friends of mine that put this on, and we do it periodically, but it's always big for Christmas in July. And everybody has some great ideas to share with you. But you have to be in the group. It's a private group, but it's free. You can be in it. All you have to do is request in it. And I can put the link in here after when we get done. But that's one thing. I want you to be looking for that. And that will be sometime in July. I know the date, but you won't know the date just yet. And the other thing is I have a whole new workshop worked up for you. And I'm really excited about it. But I want to see how many people would really like to do it. It's called Seafoam and Sage. But the reason I'm asking this question is because I haven't put a date on it yet, because as you probably know, my daughter's having a baby, and you never know when babies are coming. So I don't want to plan to do this workshop and then not be able to be there. So are you excited? Do you want to see what it looks like? After she gets settled, then I'll make this workshop available. But I need to know if there's interest. I need to know if you really want to do it. So, all right, are you ready? I'm going to show it to you. Seafoam and sage. What could that possibly mean in the summertime? Anybody have any guesses? Yeah? All right, ready? It's beautiful. It is really beautiful. And this is going to be step by step. It is watercolor, but it's kind of in my style with all the pen work and everything. But I went on a business retreat in Florida, and these are the elements that just lit me up. So there was bougainvillea growing everywhere. These are frangipani, which are the flowers that they make leis in Hawaii. We saw a row of homes that look like this, which is what the seafoam and sage looks like. And we got up and looked at the sunrise and sunset every day. And I just love palm trees anyway. So if you're interested in doing seafoam and sage, let me know. And I will keep that in mind. I'll send you, when we get ready to do it, I'll let you know, okay? So today I have something really interesting, really fun about your life and my life. And I want to read you a poem first and then show you what we're doing, okay? So let me get this. So it's about dandelions. And when you were a child, did you enjoy getting the dandelion and blowing the seeds? Wasn't that fun? Good morning, Jamie. So I'm going to read you this poem. Our artwork today is dandelions. But then I have a story about your life that I want to share with you. So I'm going to read you this poem first, because I'm not big on memorizing long things. So, you ready? This says, a dandelion, a golden crown, its seeds like whispers softly down. The wind of breath, a gently sway, carries them off to far away. A tiny parachute so light, they dance and twirl in the summer's height. Across the fields they softly roam, seeking a place to call their home. Each seed a chance, a hopeful start to grow and bloom with nature's art. The winds embrace a journey grand, a dandelion seed across the land. Isn't that beautiful? Unfortunately, the author is unknown. That happens sometimes. And I do original art. I will tell you, this is not, it's simple, but it was not my original. So I don't also know who did this, but we're going to take some clues from it and we're going to make it our own. Okay? So I'm going to turn you down to my table. Ready? And you may or may not have seen something like this, but it's so simple. It's almost a doodle. I did it on black paper. I did it with the white Sigma pen, and this is the metallic, the little seed part. So I just did this for fun to start with, but then I decided if I was going to show you that I really needed to make you mindful of what to do. You know, we had a discussion with some friends the other day, and yeah, I make art, but what do I do with it, you know? So I'm here to tell you, you can make these into gifts. They're super easy, but if you're gonna do it and put it in a frame, then you generally can't use just the paper as it comes out of the pack. So be thoughtful about it. Frames generally come in standard photo sizes. So you got 4x6. This one is a 5x7, 8x10. And if you're gonna get bigger than that, you really need to probably go find the frame first. But what I did was, I know that this is 5x7 because I measured it. And you can measure it right out on your paper if you want. You might wanna make it larger and have a black border. But I decided that I would do it like this, and I have traced it off with pencil. So this is going to be super simple. I like kind of an irregular border, but you could certainly do it with a ruler, however you like. So you can see this. I'm just going to kind of start, and I am deliberately making this not perfectly straight. And of course, this is the actual 5x7 edge. So this would be under the edge of the frame anyway. But if you wanted to have the border show, then you would need to go in a little bit. I just marked this off so you could see it, because obviously you can't see it with the pencil. So I want to go just in a little bit so that this is going to show in the frame. And I'm just going to kind of go, I don't know, what is this, 1/4 of an inch or something? And so you're going to end up cutting this part off. And sometimes I break up my borders and I put some dots or, you know, whatever, like that. And then these little seeds, like I said, I'm sure you have blown those little things. And they just have little wispy parachutes, right? And they do have sort of a long stem. And then I'm going to use my trusty metallic pen. And I'm going to put that little actual seed on there, because this is the parachute and that's the seed. So, but we're going to talk about, you know, that poem was so cool, but we're going to talk about something that has to do with your life and how you can relate to nature in such a way. And you're going to put it Put them all at different angles. Now this one I thought ahead and I put it outside the border just a little bit, but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you like. One thing that you should do though is anytime you're doing, especially botanicals, you can make them sort of go off the page. It just makes it look a little more organic. It's kind of neat. Oops. I think that needs to be a little longer. But I read you the poem. I want to read you the story behind the poem. I thought it was very interesting that I found the poem and the story together, but not the author. So I'm sorry about that. Kind of made me sad, you know. I like to give credit to whoever does these has these wonderful ideas. You can just make these as much as little as you want. Of course, if you wanted to make it larger, you could do the same, use a larger frame. You could do the same thing. You could actually have one of them like flying off the edge like that. They don't have to all be straight up and down. You could put one kind of upside down, because they do that in the wind, don't they? Fun. And it doesn't take long, but you could write this poem on the back. You could make it mixed media, and you could write that poem right into the artwork. Like I tell everybody, always make sure that you sign and date your art. It can always be on the back, and photograph it so that way it is in your camera roll and you know exactly where to find it if you want to share it. So I wanted to tell you the story behind the poem. So it was, so the old dandelion, weathered by the sun and wind, watched as its final seeds prepared for flight. Only one tiny seed named Pip felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. She had always known she would follow the wind, but now the unknown felt vast and scary. With a gentle gust, Pip was lifted, twirling and spinning like a tiny dancer. The world below shrunk, and the horizon stretched before her. She soared with other seeds, a collective dance of hope and destiny. They brushed against blades of grass, felt the warmth of the sun, and danced in the wind. Pip landed lightly on a patch of moist soil, nested among the stones. She felt a sense of belonging and a promise of growth. She realized that her journey, though a bit unsettling, had brought her to a place where she could thrive, and she had followed the wind for her home and waited for spring to come. And I just wondered if this sounds like you. Does this sound like your life? Have you been whisked away on the wind? Do you ever feel like time and obligations and other people's expectations of you just overwhelm you? And you have a desire to feel centered? I mean, do you feel stuck and you need to be renewed? Sometimes doubting yourself and desperately wanting to be seen? I just wanted to make sure that you knew my purpose of why I come and show you these things. I teach creative women how to use a process that they have been through, honor who they are now, and move toward who they want to be with some intention. I'm going to bring you back up here. because I want you to live your life with desire and intention and purpose. And sometimes, good morning, Lori, sometimes you get lost and you just need a guide. And I host a membership, which is like a subscription. Remember back in the day when we would get a magazine and we would look forward to seeing it every month? And this is the way this membership is. There's art and a lesson that will help you get unstuck, help you not be so overwhelmed, help you learn about yourself, help you figure out what your purpose is now that you have gone through some of the earlier stages of your life. We've all been through it, and I want to help you. So, are you like Pip, the dandelion seed, flying through the wind and looking for a place? So, I hope that you learned something about that today. And I always enjoy coming and talking to you guys, and I appreciate your loyalty, and you always come. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks for coming. Tuesday at 10.